In this next segment, we look at the tourism service sector, a sector where various groups, companies and government agents specializing in tourism come together to help develop the industry.
Tourism Promotion Authority has been happy to partner with you over the years.
At the center has always been the Papua New Guinea Tourism Promotion Authority. TPA spreads its assistance agenda across the whole country, helping to develop tourism products from cultural events and declaring destinations, the national capital included. One of TPA's prize programs is helping to sustain Port Moresby's star attraction, the Nature Park within the University of Papua New Guinea. It is internationally recognized as a wildlife park with over 550 native animals spread over 30 hectares of tranquil tropical gardens. The former Botanical Gardens, it is the oldest park in Port Moresby with the highest number of visitors, over 140,000 a year. TPA has been involved in a number of projects to raise the profile of the capital city as a desirable destination. Nature Park, then, is central.
On behalf of all the friends of Port Moresby Nature Park, we want to officially open this parrot aviary.
From the management perspective, we were actually very happy to be able to receive a lot of assistance from TPA. In terms of infrastructure over the years, TPA has also come in and pitched in and also helped us fund a couple of developments within the nature park, namely the Plumes of Paradise, which is our flagship Birds of Paradise enclosure. PTPA has also come on board to assist us in building the Eclectus Parrot enclosure, just to name a few. So those are development projects which TPA has come on board. TPA has contributed in terms of helping us gain a lot of exposure, not only internally but externally as well, especially when during trade shows internationally, featuring Port Moresby Nature Park as part of the trade shows. Bringing in travel agents for familiarization towards the park, and also just again local and public awareness on social media and all through their marketing channels. That's how TPA has come on board and help us as well. For another example, in 2018 we were also been introduced or selected as a tourist site, official tourist site during the APEC, and also not forgetting the 2015 or 2018 Women's World Cup. We were also again selected as an official tourist site. This is thanks to TPA. We had all the women's football teams from around the world coming. For us, this actually really goes beyond just marketing. It's also setting the tone, helping us set the tone to be a premium tourist destination in Port Moresby, if not PNG. Yeah. So in terms of future, of course, with what's been happening around the globe with the pandemic, and especially in PNG, the nature park has also had a lot of visitation issues. Our visitation has declined amidst the COVID-19 pandemic. And for the future, coming especially next year, 2021, what we are looking to do is actually safe policies and procedures in place. The park is very different right now in terms of safe hygiene, and also what we want to achieve is to tell the public in general and also tourists that the nature park is actually a very safe place. It's one of the best and safest places to go in Port Moresby. You've got 30 acres of relatively lush green, and it's a good recreational place to come and visit. And we have all these COVID safe measures is even safer. But what we want to do is again increase and try to bounce back from the impact of the drop in visitation. And hopefully next year when things improve, we want to continue doing our rescue and rehabilitation efforts that has taken a big impact due to COVID. This is considering the many animals and rescue missions that we do that come from the general public or even just people who want or need our help in terms of rescuing the wildlife and rehabilitating wildlife that will release back into their natural habitat. That's one thing that we always have been doing in the Port Moresby Nature Park. Besides the animals in our enclosures and in our care, we also care for those that we can do from outside. So that's something that's taken a bit of a hit this year, and we are hoping to be able to bounce back and keep doing that next year. The other thing we also want to focus on is actually bringing out the school children again. A lot of school children due to COVID have missed a lot of our programs that we have done, next year in 2021 we will be looking to having extra programs that we can also contribute again for the greater benefit of not only children but for the greater community in Port Moresby in general. And also we are looking at providing, having said that this is a great recreational space, what we're looking in 2021 with the COVID safe measures in mind and the new Pilapas, right, which is our new norm, we're looking at how we can further enhance the offerings that we can give to the wider public in Port Moresby Nature Park as a recreational space.
The month of August 2020 was the tail end of the Sculpture Festival at Nature Park, which began the month earlier. This was to raise awareness on the issue of waste, especially plastic pollution, in the capital, while helping to sustain Nature Park, joining a number of other companies and organizations, even foreign missions that contribute. TPA has rolled out other projects in Port Moresby, raising the profile of the capital as a desirable destination. Among the initiatives was the introduction of the mobile advertisements on PMVs in the city and elsewhere to create awareness. The single biggest event in 2019, as far as tourism is concerned, was the support behind the staging of the Miss Pacific Islands pageant. TPA had the naming right. Its CEO, Jerry Argus, said this event went far to bring the people of the region together. Activities before the crowning included float parades, a gala dinner, and an overnight trip to the Lolowata Resort. As Papua New Guinea now begins the 45th independence anniversary celebrations this month, TPA's involvement towards Amazing Port Moresby last year was itself a positive tribute to the biggest city of the country that is now home to about 1 million people. TPA's marketing director, Alice Kuningi, said then, visitors to Papua New Guinea come to experience the people's cultures, traditions, the unique ways of life, and take in the attractions and products. This has been the tourism program, A Million Different Journeys. In the next edition, we hope to bring you similar tourism activities, sites, developments and attractions in the Eastern Highlands province. Watch out for that one, and thank you for watching this.
This news program is proudly brought to you by Now Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.
$10,000 jobs lost during pandemic. Western Province reports 8 new cases. And Customs Commissioner says checks done.
This is National EMTV News with Helen Seah.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for Saturday's news. Over 10,000 people have lost their jobs in Papua New Guinea in the last 6 months as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. This was revealed by the Public Employees Association of PNG in a recent media conference. The effect of unemployment is taking its toll on those who have lost their jobs and their families as COVID-19 cases climb gradually.
Papua New Guinea's unemployment rate was at 2.4% in 2019, according to the Trading Economics website. And according to Trading Economics global macro models and analysts' expectations, the unemployment rate in PNG is expected to reach 2.5% at the end of 2020. This is mainly due to the COVID-19 crisis, and the Public Employees Association of PNG has shown great concern over this, urging the government to be seriously considerate of such issues when making policies.
No consideration is given rights when state of emergencies and lockdowns are coming out from the state. Who is advising the government? Who is advising the government on how to manage through crisis, how to manage during pandemics? We've hurt our economy. Our people are suffering out there. Markets are closed. Informal sector is to a standstill. The private sector is to a standstill. People have lost 10,000 plus jobs.
Being unemployed can be very challenging in a modern-day PNG home, particularly in an urban setting where family expectations are high. Lazarus Toa has voluntarily helped numerous individuals over recent years in the country to secure employment based on his life experience and knowledge of current job market trends and expectations.
If you are not employed, sometimes it's really difficult. Your family, sometimes they won't really want to accept you, or they will see you as a liability.
Although employers in Papua New Guinea have been forced to lay off or terminate certain employees due to the mounting pressure created by the state of emergency and lockdown periods in recent months, Mr. Toa, who recently received a PNG Man of Honor award for helping people get jobs, pleas for employers not to terminate employees given the rippling effects this has on families.
The employers, please do not terminate your employees during this time. You can just give them leave without pay for this period. Until everything goes back to normal, they can go back to their job. But do not, at this stage, please do not terminate. They're not causing anything wrong that you will be terminating them. This situation is beyond their control, your employees' control, and also as an employer too, you have no control over this.
The International Labour Organization has reported that over 20 million jobs have been lost globally during the COVID-19 pandemic so far. And over 10,000 of these job losses have been in PNG. Workers in the tourism sector of the country have been affected severely, with international border restrictions still in place and some restrictions placed on hotels, restaurants and popular holiday destinations.
People have been shed, meaning they've lost their jobs, they're out there. Who's putting bread and butter on the table of those people? So for Papua New Guinea, our indication of figures from labor departments, around 10,000 plus jobs have been lost during April to now.
Dennis Orere, National MTV News.
The effects of COVID-19 on the economy were yet again questioned on the floor of Parliament yesterday, this time by member for Nuku Open Joe Sungi, with a series of questions directed at Treasurer Ian Lingstaki.
As PNG is slowly getting up to speed with the new normal, impacts of COVID-19 has had a major overhaul on the economy. This ripple effect has seen to many businesses being affected, delivery of services cut back, as well as the disruption of education for many nationwide. Nuku MP fired another round of questions regarding the state of the economy, asking Treasurer Ian Lingstaki to table a comprehensive report on the effects of COVID-19 on the economy in this sitting of Parliament.
Can you, from your office, your highest office as the Treasurer of this country, give us a brief overview and also give us the update on the actual effect on COVID-19 on the general economy of Papua New Guinea.
Acknowledging the words of Nuku MP, Treasurer Lingstaki expounded, highlighting also in his response to the MP the economy forecast and its estimates.
Over 90% of our businesses operate, over 90% of our people are employed. It's been pretty bad. It's been pretty bad. The two worst hit sectors have been the transport and storage, as well as the accommodation and food retail sectors.
Adding that if in any consolation the compound effects of COVID-19 worldwide as opposed to the countries, PNG is seen to be doing well.
This year's budget, we had forecast real GDP to grow by 2% this year. As a result of COVID-19, that's now been revised down to negative 3%. So if it's a consolation where the impacts of COVID-19 on the world's economy is about half as bad in Papua New Guinea. Thank you.
The Treasurer's response and a supplementary question from the opposition leader, Belden Lama, who called the government out on the borrowing of funds and for the audited report of the COVID-19 funds to be revealed on the floor of Parliament in the current sitting.
Mr. Speaker, we continue to blame the COVID-19 or the coronavirus pandemic. This government has borrowed more money than any other government in the history of our country.
Not conveying much, the Treasurer responded, highlighting that the total funds warranted to the Department of Health was approved by Cabinet.
You've been a bit confused, so I would like to give you advice. Perhaps you should direct your question to the appropriate portfolio that administers those funds. Thank you, Leader of the Opposition.
Annette Cora, National MTV News.
Papua New Guinea has confirmed 8 new cases of COVID-19 as of yesterday, all from Western Province. This brings the total confirmed cases to 479. The new cases are from the Ok Tedi Mining Limited. 1 case has fever and cough and 7 are asymptomatic. Today, 12 of the country's 22 provinces had reported positive cases. The death toll for PNG remains at 5 and the recovery is at 232. The total number of tests pending laboratory results is 240. Customs Commissioner Ray Paul says all vehicles and machineries entering the country go through customs checks. When asked about the discovery of unregistered vehicles and machineries at a number of logging sites in Northern Province.
Any imports that come into this country is cleared by customs. That our role is just to clear the cargo at the borders, period. If we see that there's illicit goods that come in without being cleared, we as Signal and our people will go and check on that. Every cargo that comes in, from dust to caterpillar, we have a tariff heading item number for all of that. And we get to clear all of them that comes. It's a big boat when it comes in. It will not just go past customs to go in. And every cargo that comes out of that side to be exported, our people also process that also to go out. So that's my response to that. Yeah, but if you have information on that, please do share. Our team are working also on that one, on the request that was shared by our Oro provincial government, and we are working on that to look into that also. Yes.
And you're watching National EMTV News. We'll be back with more after these messages. Stay tuned.
Never miss out on a game. With Telecom TV, the live matches of the NSL games can be viewed on MTV and replayed at Telecom Plus channel on Saturdays at 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. and on Sundays at 7 p.m. In the new normal, Telecom is bringing the NSL games into your home. Grab a Telecom TV box and bring your home to life. The KPHL National Soccer League 2020.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSP Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase EasyPay units wherever you are. Visit your BSP branch today to register now for BSP Mobile Banking. BSP Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank.
Because we are you. We are BSP.
Need cash? It's a cash rush with Roots Rice. More chances for more people to win cash. Simply buy any Roots medium grain rice with the promo pack sticker from any store. Write your full name and contact details on the packet or bag, then drop it into one of the entry boxes in a store near you. Promotion runs from July 27th until September 25th nationwide. Follow our social media pages or check in store for more details. Win a share of 500,000 kina cash with Roots Rice. Terms and conditions apply.
Independence Day celebrations always start in the kitchen. The Integrity 4-burner gas cooktop was 230 kina, now only 180 kina. Or if electric is more your style, the Integrity 2-coil electric cooktop was 80 kina, now only 60 kina. And for super convenience, the 20-liter microwave oven from House was 425 kina, now only 295 kina. Come on down to Rindell Home Centers today for everything you ever need to get your Independence Day cooking.
Axion, the grease stripper, is more powerful than ever before. It is now 100% effective in grease removal. Every concentrated dab is packed with grease and oil stripping power. A breakthrough dishwashing solution. Axion has 100% effective grease stripping power. No oiliness, no bad odor, no struggle. This is the best grease stripping dishwashing paste from Axion, the grease stripper. Axion, 100% effective in grease removal.
This coming Monday at 8 p.m. on Women's World.
I wanted those mothers who struggle, who actually mean business, who are trying to meet their everyday needs.
Man domitu ino work. Now mi plasta mi lo group mama pla boom mi plasta wotim na plan alba. Time share lady pla talk lo.
That's this coming Monday at 8 p.m. right here on your number one to watch, MTV.
Welcome back. The Climate Change and Development Authority, in partnership with UNDP, facilitated an inception workshop yesterday. Their aim is to help stakeholders understand the revision process of PNG's Nationally Determined Contribution, or NDC. The NDC are submissions that provide an overview of PNG's emissions profile within the national context. It will be submitted to the United Nations Convention on Climate Change before the end of this year.
Stakeholders including the government, private sector, education and research institutions gathered yesterday to gain a fair understanding of the Nationally Determined Contribution, or NDC. Under the Paris Agreement, NDCs must be submitted every 5 years, so updated NDCs are required in 2020, 2025 and 2030.
And under the Paris Agreement, the NDC is one of the most important component in the Paris Agreement or article. The commitment will address the 1.52 degrees level to try to reduce the CO2 in each country.
These submissions give an overview of PNG's emissions profile within the national context. Nationally determined contributions identify opportunities for emissions reductions across key areas, specifically electricity generation.
New Guinea we always talk about Papua New Guinea being a special or a unique country, and that's true. What's often forgotten about is not just the diversity, but also the climate exposure that it actually has.
The outlined goals and targets sit within a broader national policy framework that targets a 50% reduction in emissions by 2030 and carbon neutrality by 2050. The immediate process of revising the NDC provides an opportunity to support collaboration amongst government agencies and increase mutual understanding amongst government, industry, and the community for top priority actions.
Climate change will take a holistic approach, and that's the beauty of the SDG 13 roadmap that was launched 2 weeks ago.
The current assessments, while showing great progress, are challenged by limited and conflicting data and information. Questions regarding this were brought up through panel discussions. There will be a couple more workshops on the technicalities of this document in the coming months before it is submitted to the United Nations Convention on Climate Change.
To protect and conserve the vast resources, we must take some immediate steps now.
Lillian Sopera Kenea, National EMTV News.
A coffee group in Okapa district in the Eastern Highlands province is now empowered to kickstart its first housing project. Henagaru Village Development Cooperative is now ready to embark on its housing project. The farmers were presented a brand new Lucas Mill in Henagaru Village by SMU Korea. The presentation was witnessed by the Coffee Industry Corporation team, led by Industry Operations Manager Stephen Tumai and others. The community wants to fulfill its plan to change the community through its housing project.
Mi plastar plo disla bika na true lo you SMU team bosem you ka mosem na yuksim spla service kam lo mi plo spla community osem yuksim rausim kuna house lo hand lo mi pla na yuksim spla white plus something kam lo plus lo mi pla
you lo paneer coffee you lo lugotim honeybee you lo walking balbanian you lo walking vanilla you lo walking plan something na you money stop lo giram bri pla you know need lo ba lo ko ka town time you make something come out successful. And me money here, me come here. SMU come here. CSC come here. Or none of the come no. Help him you yet.
Agriculture Minister John Simon has summoned the Oil Palm Industry Corporation Board to settle outstanding issues within the board. A disgruntled minister took a swipe at the board for acting beyond court orders and for failing to consult his office. He's also looking at the option of filing contempt proceedings against the board.
Agriculture Minister John Simon claims all processes involved in appointing the new chairman of OPIC board, Patrick Reau, was all flawed.
The court said it under section order number 5 and 6. I can remember very clearly. It said the board goes back and quickly within 7 days the board needs to sit. And board sits and make recommendation to the minister, who now will appoint. Or the minister, and then we will take it to cabinet to get it appointed. But what they did was, under the advice of the so-called Francis Tapatuna, who is causing a lot of instability in the sector and ill-advising everyone. And they went ahead and they've appointed the chairman.
He is also concerned that an unauthorized person has been defaming him on social media and conducting business pretending to be working for OPIC without being formally recognized by the minister.
You cannot bring an appointment to me to sign. You make recommendations to me, and they have not done that. So when I refuse to sign, they're going all over Facebook and posting against me. I said, no, correct the issue. You make recommendations to me. That's what the court order said. And they're not willing to do that. And this Francis Taputuna, I don't know whose interest he's representing.
He is now calling on this person and the rest of the board members to meet him or face contempt charges.
He has to come and bring the whole board of Hopic with him and see me and we talk about this. Otherwise, the whole board is already in breach of the court order. If he doesn't come in and see me by Monday, I'll be going on public papers and I will put out advertisement that this person is on the run.
Simon says the oil palm industry is too big for a few people and called on members of the board to work with him, claiming they have never sought his help or advice and have done things in isolation, including the appointment of the new board with Patrick Reau as chairman. The new board was announced on the 21st of August. Ruth Rungula, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News returns with stories making headlines overseas after the break. Stay with us.
Take the worry out of your money problems.
Money Plus personal loans with no fuss. Fast, quick and easy.
School fees, bride price, goods for your home. Fast, quick and easy.
Money Plus personal loans with no fuss. Fast, quick and easy.
Medical, funeral and travel expenses. Refinance your existing loans with us today. And with fortnightly payroll deductions, it's responsible lending.
Money Plus personal loans with no fuss. Fast, quick and easy.
Providing a better life for your loved ones comes with responsibility. We've been protecting PNG in the Pacific for over 25 years now. And did you know that we are owned by many of you? Every year, we pay tens of millions of kina in medical and general insurance claims. We support charities that make a difference to those that need help. Protecting PNG is a shared responsibility, and our people are committed to this journey.
Our hands connect us. They're how we show love, how we nourish, communicate, help others, show our support. They're strong, soft, large and small. They keep us safe because we know that today more than ever, clean hands save lives. That's why we're committed to helping everyone stay safe by supporting the World Health Organization's Safe Hands Challenge. And we're donating 25 million bars of soap to people and regions in need.
Telecom PNG ilike halivim you long lookout him you yet na family belong you long sick coronavirus or COVID-19 one time 5 platok save. Wasim Hanol get a time one time soap na wara in up long 20 seconds. Karamapin mouse one time hand screw long you time you kus behind Wasim Han. Toromol something also hand glove na dirty paper I go long grab his place. Sanap 1.5 meter long way long all get a man married time you round long public. Clean him close to all antap belong mobile, key, wallet, laptop na all something where all line is have a hole in planting. Telecom PNG, always there.
This Tuesday on House and Home, Dreadlocks Doctor shares a story.
It was just like a goal, and I was going to achieve it. And then it was until last year that I started Dreadlocks Doctor.
Our bestie is back with another simple recipe. On Tech People, Quinton shows us how to use a Strava exercise app. Catch that Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Welcome back to the news. Turning overseas to the United States, and Democrat presidential candidate Joe Biden met with the family of Jacob Blake, the 27-year-old black man shot 7 times by police. Mr. Biden
A rare trip in this pandemic for Joe Biden, an indication of just how important events here have become in this election campaign. Donald Trump knows it. He's already been to Kenosha, where he focused on condemning rioting and lawlessness. Joe Biden, though, talked of racial injustice and criticized the president for stoking troubles.
I thought you could defeat hate. Hate only hides. It only hides. And when someone in authority breathes oxygen under that rock, it legitimizes those folks to come on out.
Unlike President Trump, Joe Biden met the family of Jacob Blake. He himself joined by phone from hospital. It was his shooting by a police officer that started all of this. But this spot had other visitors from out of town, nephews of George Floyd. Neighbors came out to meet them and thank them for their family's work since their uncle was killed by a police officer who knelt on his neck, a loss that's still clearly very raw.
Thank you for taking yourself out your comfort zone so we can have a voice with action.
Exactly.
And what is that action? George Floyd's family told me the most important thing now is to vote against Donald Trump. All this comes as newly released police video shows yet another disturbing case. Daniel Prude was having a mental health episode when officers handcuffed him and knelt on him. He stopped breathing and died several days later. The medical examiner ruled it as homicide.
I placed a phone call for my brother to get help, not for my brother to get lynched.
Donald Trump and Joe Biden have now laid out their very different stances on race and policing. Which appeals the most depends on which side of this deeply divided country a voter finds themselves.
A month after the deadly blast in Beirut killed nearly 200 people, there's hope that someone could still be alive under a collapsed building in the Lebanese capital. That's after a dog led rescuers to signs of life through the rubble.
A call for silence as rescuers listen for signs of life. Could there be a survivor who's been buried for a month? This was the moment in August when close to 3,000 tonnes of ammonium nitrate detonated in Beirut's port, sending a deadly shockwave through the city. Nearly 200 killed, 6,000 injured, and 300,000 left homeless. But now, in the ruins of a residential area, a Chilean team of experts finding a flicker of hope.
They were passing by here last night with their dog, the sniffer dog, and he gave an indication of what they thought was possibly human remains in the building. They came back here today, they began searching from early morning.
And using sensitive scanning equipment.
It indicated there is a pulse, 18 breaths a minute. This, along with the temperature sensor, means there is a possibility of life.
After a day of careful digging, the search cooled off for the night.
There is a wall that may fall on the guys, and we can see on the cameras that it has moved 2 centimetres, so the guys are at risk.
Here, local people even climbing on top of the rubble themselves, saying that they would try and find any survivors with their bare hands.
At first light, they brought in heavy machinery. After a month of devastation, shell shock and anger, Beirut's longing for a miracle.
The Japanese Coast Guard has pulled a second man from the water after the sinking of a livestock ship. He was found unconscious 120 kilometers from Amami Island in southern Japan. It comes after the release of dramatic vision of a 45-year-old crew member being rescued earlier.
Sereno Eduardo, wearing just a t-shirt and shorts, had no idea when rescuers pulled him to safety from the sea just how lucky he really was.
You're safe.
The grateful survivor was found after hours of drifting in the darkness, his body dwarfed by the sea and only visible from the search plane's spotlight, guiding the lifeboat to him below. A miracle find in the middle of Typhoon Maysak's fury.
We have a degree injury. Nothing. No, nothing. I only died now.
It's then the 45-year-old was told he's the only survivor.
I'm only one. Only one? Yes. Yes. No, yes. No other one. Yes. I'm so lucky.
But another search for survivors began early. The Dubai company Gulf Navigation Holdings owns the 18-year-old vessel that capsized. Animal welfare group Safe New Zealand says these are the conditions inside. These photos taken on board just last year.
I had some cattle that was on that ship. I certainly wouldn't send them for live ship export if I wasn't happy with the standards that they use.
The company says, we express deep regret for the sad loss of the livestock on board. We pray there are other survivors. Among the missing is Australian vet and new dad Lucas Order. His family, along with the 41 others, holding out for a miracle. Japanese authorities vowing to keep searching, but only until a second typhoon stops them. And there's one already moving towards Japan right now. To New Zealand now, police confirmed remains found buried under concrete at a suburban Auckland house belonged to a man who once owned the property. David Stanley Hart ran the Mr. Eden home as a boarding house.
On this quiet Mount Eden street lies a possible murder mystery. Bones discovered underneath this house in January, confirmed today as the property's former owner. David Stanley Hart ran the old boarding house and went missing more than a decade ago.
I wasn't surprised, I wasn't surprised at all.
Peter Marsden owns the house now and was renovating the property when the bones were found. He says a door frame leading underneath the house had been covered over with jib and a bookshelf. Curious, he and his builders broke through the old door frame.
The first thing we noticed was a big pile of concrete, and we joked that it looked like a dead body.
But it wasn't a joke. Underneath that concrete lay David Hart. Police are treating David Hart's death as suspicious, but exactly how he died and became entombed here under this house remains a mystery.
To be honest, I've thought up so many theories. And whether it was something that was an intentional murder or whether it was a natural death, I really don't know.
Police want to hear from anyone who may have had contact with David Hart since March 2004 or any interaction with those living at 3 Marlborough Street up until 2016 when it ceased operating as a boarding house.
It's all been a bit of a puzzle for me, so it was nice to find out what's been going on and find out the history of this house that I bought.
History that for now remains a mystery.
10 years ago, the first of many large earthquakes hit Canterbury. The 7.1 shake damaged homes and property. The earthquake was a wake-up call for seismologists who previously knew nothing about the Greendale fault.
September 4 at 4:35 in the morning, Canterbury was jolted awake by an unknown sleeping giant. Magnitude 7.1 earthquake lasting for 30 seconds.
Well, this is the bedroom where all the action was.
News Hub visited the historic Gunya Lodge just days after. 10 years on, it's been rebuilt to its former glory, to much higher earthquake standards, a move adopted internationally as a result of this event.
In a way, the earthquake has done it a favour, because it gave an opportunity to really overhaul the whole thing.
Christchurch and Canterbury suffered widespread damage. The fractured land north of the city revealing the surprising epicentre, the flat plains of Darfield.
The interesting thing about the earthquake and the wake-up call was that it occurred in a seismically quiet area, away from the plate boundary.
The previously unknown fault line was named the Greendale Fault, its awakening coming with a warning.
There's a lot of those sorts of areas around New Zealand, Waikato, Auckland, Northland, Otago, Southland, and it showed that these big earthquakes can happen in these seismically quiet areas.
As we mark the 10-year anniversary since we were rumbled awake, the memory of the earthquake remains fresh in the minds of those who lived it.
I still smell it. I still smell the earthquake.
Even now, a decade on.
And Trukai Sports is next. Kilawani will join you with the details after the break.
Need cash? It's a cash rush with Roots Rice. More chances for more people to win cash. Simply buy any Roots medium grain rice with the promo pack sticker from any store. Write your full name and contact details on the packet or bag, then drop it into one of the entry boxes in a store near you. Promotion runs from July 27 until September 25th nationwide. Follow our social media pages or check in store for more details. Win a share of 500,000 kina cash with Roots Rice. Terms and conditions apply.
Never miss out on a game. With Telecom TV, the live matches of the NSL games can be viewed on EMTV and replayed at Telecom Plus channel on Saturdays at 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. and on Sundays at 7 p.m. In the new normal, Telecom is bringing the NSL games into your home. Grab a Telecom TV box and bring your home to life. The KPHL National Soccer League 2020.
At BSP, we continue to offer our valued customers smart banking solutions. We are proud to introduce our new range of Visa chip cards, now providing customers convenient options to shop with touch and go and enhanced security features. For any purchase up to 50 kina, you can simply touch and go, and for other amounts, simply insert your card and enter your PIN. Enjoy the convenience and safety of a BSP Visa chip card, available at your local BSP branch.
Because we are you. We are BSP. Tune in to your number one to watch MTV on Saturdays for the live and exclusive broadcast of the Kumul Petroleum National Soccer League 2020 season. Proudly brought to you by Kumul Petroleum Holdings Limited and supported by Telecom PNG, always there.
As PNG's only ISO accredited bulk haulage operator, IPI Transport guarantees the delivery of your critical cargo. Equipped with state-of-the-art GPS tracking systems and backed by an experienced team, you can rely on IPI Transport, part of the IPI group of companies.
Weekdays on MTV, Neighbours.
Everybody needs good neighbors.
I love you, but you broke my trust.
Find the perfect man, neighbor.
Lenny, you okay?
Yes, now that you're here.
What, you told me it was an emergency.
Neighbours, weekdays at 8:30 p.m. right here on MTV.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. Fairfax Volleyball, the reigning champs of 2019 national title, is looking at expansion plans. With the agenda of scooping raw talents in and around Central Province, the management has announced its first rural tournament, the Isoaimo Cup. While the proper season has resumed with time constraints due to the impact of COVID-19 lockdowns in the nation's capital, Fairfax Volleyball Association has bigger plans rolling out. The 2019 national title holders are set to host a tournament, the first of a few planned for this year. The inaugural rural tournament is sponsored by the member for Kairukuhiri.
Hosting a tournament down at Tubusere, dig out some of the good hidden talents in the local areas. So that's why we're hosting tournaments outside.
6 teams have been confirmed for the tournament, and the president says affiliation is open.
For each team is 250 kina, women's 250 and men's 250.
The tournament is set to run for 1 week.
The 14th of September, that will be our opening, and we'll be having our finals on the 17th. Our first prize will be 3,000 kina, that's for the women's team, and men's team 3,000 kina.
And second placing teams to take home 2,000 kina, while third placing to win 1,000 kina. This initiative is part and parcel of the association's endeavor in creating a pathway for raw talents in Central Province. And Trukai Sports continues with Sports Abroad after the break.
Trukai Sports.
Never miss out on a game. With Telecom TV, the live matches of the NSL games can be viewed on EMTV and replayed at Telecom Plus channel on Saturdays at 7 p.m. and 9 p.m. and on Sundays at 7 p.m. In the new normal, Telecom is bringing the NSL games into your home. Grab a Telecom TV box and bring your home to life. The KPHL National Soccer League 2020.
Introducing the new TISA Yumi card for members. Call into your local branch and complete a Yumi card account application. TISA Yumi card is so convenient. Now you can purchase goods and withdraw cash from BSP FPOS and ATM machines in PNG. Pay for school fees. Pay medical bills. In fact, anything you need where debit cards are accepted.
TISA Savings and Loan Society.
At PNG Air, safety is paramount. Safe practices are in our DNA. We demonstrate safety in all avenues. We pay attention to detail in delivering the highest standard whilst maintaining our reputation for world's best practice. There are no shortcuts when it comes to safety. We are committed to operating a safe airline. We take pride in serving the nation, flying for the people to connect the people. PNG Air, the airline whose #1 priority is your safety.
Tune in to your #1 to watch MTV on Saturdays for the live and exclusive broadcast of the Kumul Petroleum National Soccer League 2020 season, proudly brought to you by Kumul Petroleum Holdings Limited and supported by Telecom PNG, always there.
African swine fever emi strong pelasik sa killing pig na ikamlong Africa. ASF ikilling pig inside long PNG na ken bagarapim sindown bilong Yumi. All pig can kiss him ASF long all Arapla pig o time all kai meat igat pig inside. Sick ASF emisave kamapim emiet. Ino kamap long sanguma o puri puri. Yumi can stop him. No can karim pig long walkabout belong you o karim pig kam ara side long hap igat sick ASF. No can cookie meat belong pig igat ASF long kai o bung kai. No can give him kai igat pig meat igolong all pig. Na banisim na lookout team all pig belong you. Suppose pig is sick, ring him nakia long 1801332 o toksave long all didiman long place belong you. Na toksave suppose pig am sick or in die. You may walk bung one time long stop him ASF.
Tokoraitikam na National Agriculture Quarantine in
Need cash? It's a cash rush with Roots Rice. More chances for more people to win cash. Simply buy any Roots medium grain rice with the promo pack sticker from any store. Write your full name and contact details on the packet or bag, then drop it into one of the entry boxes in a store near you. Promotion runs from July 27 until September 25th nationwide. Follow our social media pages or check in store for more details. Win a share of 500,000 kina cash with Roots Rice. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. Todd Payton has finally been confirmed as the new head coach for North Queensland Cowboys. He'll take up the role at the end of the current season. The Warriors' interim coach will leave with a rousing endorsement from the club who tried to sign him.
Cowboys.
Putting to bed the worst-kept secret in the NRL.
The person we've appointed is Todd Payton.
The Warriors' interim coach signing a 3-year deal with the Cowboys. His credentials for the position no doubt boosted by taking the Warriors to 4 wins from their last 5 games.
Happy times in Todd Payton's coach's box.
Payton informed Warriors players of the news this morning.
He let us know, we all congratulated him. He deserves it, he's a great coach, he's probably one of the best I've had.
Warriors playmaker Cody Nikorima endorsing the new Cowboys coach as one of the most honest he's worked under.
He understands that we're men, so he puts the onus onto us as well, and that's what I really like about him.
So much so, there's still a wish he didn't turn down another head role.
Obviously would have liked it to be at the Warriors, but it wasn't to be, and he's had to put his family first.
But before he takes those skills to North Queensland, he'll try to guide the Warriors to the playoffs, a perfect send-off.
Definitely be good to send him out, hopefully make the 8 and send him out as sort of a winner.
They can boost their hopes of that against the Eels on Sunday. A win could move them within 2 points of the top 8.
A New Zealander has found himself at the centre on an appointment dubbed white privileged in the NBA. Former Tall Black and now general manager of the Brooklyn Nets, Sean Marks, made headlines after confirming the new head coach of the Nets. But with no prior experience, it's a decision that's drawn major criticism.
According to one of the most recognised sports pundits in America, the reason behind hiring Steve Nash as the next coach of the Brooklyn Nets was literally black and white.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's no way around this. This is white privilege. This does not happen for a black man.
In a sport that's been at the forefront of raising awareness over social injustice recently, Nash beat out more credentialed black men for the position, a decision that fell on Nets general manager and Kiwi Sean Marks.
How the hell does this always happen for somebody else other than us?
Marks said in a statement, after meeting with a number of highly accomplished coaching candidates from diverse backgrounds, we knew we had a difficult decision to make. And despite the lack of experience, Marks went with Nash, a former teammate at Phoenix. I have witnessed firsthand his basketball acumen and selfless approach to prioritise team success, Marks added.
No experience whatsoever on any level as a coach? And you get the Brooklyn Nets job?
While Smith was dumbfounded, it's not unprecedented. The Golden State Warriors appointed Steve Kerr in 2014 without any prior coaching experience, and they've gone on to win 3 NBA titles. It was at the Warriors where Nash worked with Kevin Durant, who, along with Kyrie Irving, are now the stars at the Nets. They both gave the appointment their blessing. Marks will just be hoping it's the right one.
And Trukai Sports ends there. Helen will be back with the weather forecast for the next 24 hours. Bye for now.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
Need cash? It's a cash rush with Roots Rice. More chances for more people to win cash. Simply buy any Roots medium grain rice with the promo pack sticker from any store. Write your full name and contact details on the packet or bag, then drop it into one of the entry boxes in a store near you. Promotion runs from July 27th until September 25th nationwide. Follow our social media pages or check in store for more details. Win a share of 500,000 kina cash with Roots Rice. Terms and conditions apply.
Introducing the new Tisa Yumi card for members. Call into your local branch and complete a Yumi card account application. Tisa Yumi card is so convenient. Now you can purchase goods and withdraw cash from BSP FPOS and ATM machines in PNG. Pay for school fees. Pay medical bills. In fact, anything you need where debit cards are accepted.
Tisa Savings and Loan Society.
Table birds, yeah. Feel like I got you. Quick time for you, yeah. Number 1 to do.
table words kakaro. Emi sweet moye.
Mama sabe cooking you, bikini liking you.
Papa too.
Liking you, nothing true.
Table bed, bread for you, yeah.
Come Kutubu.
Meals for you, yeah. Table bed, that's all.
Hey, I'm true, yeah. Table words that's all. Looking good.
A global pandemic has been declared by the World Health Organization.
COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
Our government, agencies of government, SOEs, business communities and the citizens of PNG are expected to mobilize and stand together to fight this common global enemy, COVID-19. We do this in two ways: follow the directions and adhere to messages from the government and authorities. Come forward and assist the authorities. We at Telecom chose both. We joined the government to appeal to every citizen to practice good hygiene and to take extra care. And in case of emergencies, please contact our hotline on 1-800-200. Telecom PNG, always there.
Tune in to your number one to watch MTV on Saturdays for the live and exclusive broadcast of the Kumul Petroleum National Soccer League 2020 season. Proudly brought to you by Kumul Petroleum Holdings Limited and supported by Telecom PNG, always there.
Take the worry out of your money problems.
Money Plus personal loans with no fuss. Fast, quick and easy.
School fees, bright price, goods for your home. Fast, quick and easy.
Money Plus personal loans with no fuss. Fast, quick and easy.
Medical, funeral and travel expenses. Refinance your existing loans with us today. And with fortnightly payroll deductions, it's responsible lending.
Money Plus personal loans with no fuss. Fast, quick and easy.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus. With you always.
I'll look at the weather forecast for the next 24 hours in the southern region. Fine but partly cloudy at times in Port Moresby. Mostly fine weather in Daru. Mostly fine, although partly cloudy in Kerma and Popondetta. And fine, although partly cloudy tonight with light morning showers in Alatau. In the Mamasa region, occasional rain showers tonight and cloudy morning in Ley. Partly cloudy tonight with chances of early morning thundery showers in Midang, Wewak and Vanimo. In the New Guinea Islands region, occasional thundery rain showers tonight, easing to fine cloudy morning in Lorengau, Kavieng and Kimbe. Cloudy tonight with occasional thundery rain showers in Kokopo and Rabaul. Occasional rain showers tonight and a cloudy morning in Buka tomorrow. And in the Highlands region, light drizzles, then morning fog. Fine in Mount Hagen, Goroka and Kundiawa. Showers later, cloudy periods, easing into rain drizzles in Mendi and Wabeg. A look at the strong wind warning for all coastal waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru, to Yule Island, to Hood Point, to Samar Island, including all Milne Bay Islands to Cape Vogel, to Tufi, and from Finschhafen through Vitiaz and Dampier Strait to Siasi and Long Island, to Karkar Island, to Manam Island, including the ocean waters of Coral and Solomon Seas and southwest Bismarck Sea. Strong southeast winds of 25 to 33 knots with gusts of 40 knots at times are expected to continue for the next 24 hours, causing rough seas. All small crafts and boats are advised to take necessary precautions before going out to sea, especially in the warning areas. Forecast for small crafts for the next 24 hours in the waters of southern PNG Indonesian border through Torres Strait to Daru, to Kerma, to Yule Island, to Hood Point and to Samar Island, seas of 2.5 to 3.5 meters. Waters of eastern and western Milne Bay Islands, including waters of Samarai Island, including East Cape to Cape Vogel, through Huon Gulf to Finschhafen, seas of 2 to 3 meters. Waters of Finschhafen through Vitiaz and Dampier Straits to Siasi and Long Islands, seas of 2 to 3.5 meters. Waters of Long Island to Karkar Island to Wewak to Aitape to the northern PNG-Indonesian border, seas of 2 to 2.5 meters. Waters of Manus and its western group of islands, seas of 5 to 1.5 meters. Waters of New Ireland, East New Britain and Bougainville, seas of 0.5 to 1.3 meters. And waters of West New Britain, seas of 1.5 to 2.5 meters. A look at the ocean forecast for PNG areas in the Coral Sea. The seas very rough with southeast winds at 25 to 33 knots reaching 45 knots. In the Solomon Sea, seas moderate to rough with southeasterly winds at 15 to 25 knots reaching up to 33 knots. In the Bismarck Sea, seas moderate to patches rough with southeast winds at 15 to 25 knots reaching up to 33 knots with gusts of 45 knots. And in the Pacific Ocean, seas slight with southeast winds at 10 to 15 knots.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that's the way it is this Saturday, the 5th of September 2020. From all of us here at EMTV, pleasant viewing, be safe, and bye for now.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Gold Nuggets and Now Biscuits.
It's bedtime.
Brush, 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 2 times a day. Brush, brush, brush to keep cavities away. Brush, 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 2 times
Remember
a day.
to brush your teeth before you go to bed. Good night, kids.
Up next on Pacific Island Food Revolution.
We are really excited to show Fiji what we got.
3 Fijian teams. Team Lomai, Sarah and Millie.
Our cooking style is simple and easy, but healthy.
Cook against Christelle and Peel, Team Haftakan.
Watch your mouth.
And Sumi and Avi, the Maikana boys.
We eat healthy, our family will be healthy.
They're cooking for a new set of judges.
4 of our favourite food warriors here with us today.
And this challenge will be a real rumble in the jungle.
We're down to the wire now. Tinina miniti.
Oh God, my hands are shaking.
We can do it, we can do it.
Yes.
Who will be the one team representing Fiji after this? Pacific Island Food Revolution. first Fijian heat, 3 incredible teams stepped up to represent their country in the kitchen.
I'm scared and nervous at the same time. We're pretty pumped. We're ready to go.
They delivered dishes that were too close for the judges to call.
I really don't know where to go.
Yeah, they've all represented Fiji well.
So close that for the first time ever, no team was eliminated. Which means all our Fijian warriors are still in the competition. They're all worthy, but only one team can make it to the finals.
I'm Sumi.
I'm Avi.
And we are the Maikana Boys. Me and Avi, we are working at First Landing Resort. I'm the executive chef and he is one of my sous chefs. New order.
Yes, sir.
Avi, steak, medium rare.
1 minute.
I love my profession. Why? Because I love food. We both try to do different ways of cooking, more vegetables. What we do in the kitchen into more fusion of local food, we do it at home also. We wanted to show the Pacific actually that Fiji is #1 in local produce. We got a lot of local produce here and like we got a tropical weather in Fiji. A lot of greens here, a lot of root crops, whatever we need.
We always try to find healthiest food and make it a level up.
A level up.
Food.
Our cooking style is to mix the old version of food into new version of cooking. We want to do more modern food, modern twist actually. I love these beans, nice beans. You like jackfruit?
Yeah, I like, and my wife really likes this. Very happy today. Yeah.
We got a lot of spices coming up.
Yes.
Before there was not much spices. And now we got different kinds of oils coming up. Before they used to make coconut oil at home. People have forgotten how they were doing all those olden techniques and olden cooking actually. Ah, nice.
Yeah, I smell it.
Nice. It's fantastic, man. Cooking food for our families, for our kids, sitting down, having food with them. We love it.
We eat healthy, our family will be healthy.
This is the chance for us. We really want to show our local food. I think we can do it.
Yes.
We are Maikana Boys and we are really excited to show Fiji what we got.
Teams, welcome back to the Australian High Commission residence in Suva. Now, how awesome that there are still 3 teams with us. It's great to see your terrified but beautiful faces.
We're feeling nervous and anxious. Having the 3 teams back, it is exciting, but they are not very easy to defeat. Yes.
We need to find that winning team to cook off against Tonga, Samoa, and Vanuatu. I really need the best to go with me to the finals.
One team is just going to go through today. So we're hoping have to again, it's us.
Have to.
Your challenge today is to make 3 dishes. 1 green salad or vegetable. You know how we feel about our greens. 1 other vegetable dish, which could include root crops. And a fish dish. These will be served island style on platters for sharing. You feel good about that, don't you?
3 kind of platters. We always do this kind of cooking at our work. So we feel really confident and we can do it.
You're not only going to be cooking for us, you'll be cooking for 4 other favorite food warriors.
Now we have to cook for 6 people. This is hardcore.
Now, the food warriors are people who follow us on social media. They send in recipes and photos of what they eat, and they receive exclusive updates from the Pacific Island Food Revolution team. They're on the inside track. They are our Revolution family, as are you.
We are ready to be part of this revolution.
Because we have the women power.
Yes. And we are determined to really impress the judges.
You've got 1 hour, and I hope you are ready for this because we are looking for excellence. And I know you guys are going to give me the best today, right?
Yes!
Right.
That brief is pretty intense. Man, I'm really scared about the other two teams. They're not here to play.
So you've got a beautiful pantry setup. You've got 10 minutes, and you may start torso now.
The pantry looks like the supermarket. There's everything in the world that we could ask for.
It's a nice big white belly and the mother.
It's inspirational. There's so many things we can do with this.
Such big cucumbers. Goodness, feels shy.
We are packing a lot of vegetables in our basket today. Excuse me, Ota, Naka.
We want to try and encourage Fijians to eat healthy foods, more greens.
Oh, coconuts now. Think two, eh? Two years? Yeah. Right. Okay, Kumala.
We're gonna do a mix of Indo-Fijian and Fijian.
What else we need? Turmeric. Curry leaf. Right. Set.
The flavors, the color, the texture. I want all that to be perfect in our platters.
Lemongrass. Papaya.
So we've got everything we need. Now we just gotta really pack this thing out of the pack.
It's a celebration at Brian Bell because this Independence Day not only marks our great nation's Day of Independence, but also our proud Brian Bell heritage. For over 60 years, our Brian Bell family has grown. Now we're home to over 1,200 team members, and that's